When we want to get someone to join our organization, to join our ministry, we all tend to paint a very beautiful picture of what this ministry will be like for a person. And I think it is of great importance that when we want to present something to someone, want to engage someone to join us, we need to be very honest with the way we present that perspective of what will happen. Otherwise, we will cheat our people, those who want to join us. And this is very true, even for priestly religious vocations. There is always this temptation that we paint such a beautiful picture of being a priest or being a religious, and most of the vocation video that you see, YouTube, they present such a heavenly life that everybody wants to be there because this life is so happy. Yes, it is not to say this is not true. This is of course true. But you are seeing only part of the picture. It's just like even in marriage life, we can present all the beautiful things in marriage life. So good, so romantic, so lovely, children always around us laughing, going out as a family. Of course, we never tell them how often we fought with our spouse, how often we fought with our children. There are disagreements, sometimes with the in-laws. All these things, of course, are not highlighted. Jesus shows us what it takes for someone to follow him. We read how there were some people who wanted to follow Jesus. And Jesus says, the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head. So, clearly, Jesus told the disciples, anyone who wants to follow me will have to give up his life. And that is why in presenting this attraction to follow Jesus, he laid out the cards. He let everyone see what is ahead of the person's choice. And that is what we should do. When we want to get someone to join a ministry, an organization, we need to lay down the cards. It is not a bed of roses. There will be thorns, and people must realize what they are entering into so that they won't become disillusioned, so that they won't become disenchanted. But having laid down the cards is still not the full picture. I think as a leader, if you just tell the person, if you want to get married, these are all the problems. Nobody will get married, If you tell a person, if you become a priest, and all this happen, nobody wants to become a priest. I think it's also important also to put the whole picture in perspective by also underscoring the joy, the goodness of what we do. Unless you are convinced that the sacrifice that you put in is worth the efforts, no one will join you. One of the most important things as a leader is to support those people who are working with you, who are working under you. That's a very important dimension of leadership. If the leader does not support those who are working under them or with them, then those people will become disillusioned. And it's very important. A leader must stand by his staff, stand by those people who work with him. That is what a leader is all about. That is why a leader must be able to suffer in place sometimes of the people under his care. That is what leadership is all about. That's why Jesus was ready to present himself to suffer on our account. At the same time, Jesus reassured the apostles, the disciples, I will be with you. And it's very important to continue to give support to whoever is working with us and for us. We need to give them the assurance that we are with them, that we are journeying with them, that we will give them the kind of support. And Jesus was also very clear. Jesus is saying that if you serve me, not that you will not die, but if you serve me, you will have eternal reward. In other words, people can kill you, but they cannot kill your soul. So you might be going through difficult times and you are suffering physically, but interiorly, you know that you are doing the right thing, that you are doing the good thing, and that will give you joy. We pray that as we continue to give ourselves to the Lord, let us always believe, have confidence, and have hope that through our sufferings, through our difficulties, a greater good will always come out of it. We are not in a position of control. We cannot determine what will happen. But one thing we can be sure is that if we are faithful to God, the outcome will always be for our good and the good of all those people that we are serving. So with that confidence, let us endure and let us continue to work for the greater glory of His kingdom.